So I've currently got a live trade on GBPJPY, and this video is simply me documenting the reason why I've taken the trade and the potential exit plan for that trade. So first of all, just looking at one out of three markets. First of all, GBPJPY. So we've got a resistance and a ceiling formed here. We've had a break of a low on that candle there, confirming that potentially we are looking to push lower. Okay, so with that potential push lower and the break of this floor, this support level here, we are potentially going to be targeting this region. Okay, this region here, this sort of 210.07, down to, on the lower time frames, about 209.9, something like that. So that's my kind of expectation on this market. Now the position is at 47, and my stop loss on this one is 85 pips, which is just a little bit above here. Okay, now the reason I've done that is because I want it above the resistance, but I also want it in a place whereby I know that I can come out early if the characteristics change, if the market structure changes. Now what I mean by that is, when I place a trade, I am fully aware where I should come out of the market because it's not doing what I believe that it should have done. Okay, and for me that point sits around here. Okay, if we were to break the high of the previous 4-hour candle, that would worry me that we are actually now going to head towards this resistance and a hell of a lot closer to our stop loss. So at this point I would look to potentially close the trade, but this also enables us and allows us to have plenty of space to act if there's any rapid movements. Okay, so that is the potential exit plan on there. If we look on the left hand side, a bit more of an experimental time frame, but if we look on the left hand side, we've got the 2-hour candles, the 2-hour time frame, and by breaking this 4-hour high here, that would mean that we break these 2-hour wicks again, which is just kind of showing and proving to us that potentially if we do go that way, then there's a high probability that we're actually going to head up here, and therefore I wouldn't want to be in this market anymore. Now, target wise, anything under 210.07 I will be looking at closing. I use a low time frame once I get to that point to enable that closure, and I'll show you that in the second video once this trade has been completed, win or loss. So that is the reasoning behind that. That is the reasoning behind GBPJPY. But in order for me to actually place this trade, I needed to have reasons why GBP is potentially bearish and JPY is potentially bullish. Okay, so GBP potentially weakening and JPY potentially strengthening. So in order for me to do that, I use the JPY basket and I use the GBP futures, right? So as we look into the JPY basket, first of all, we want to find that kind of support and reasoning that we are potentially continuing to push higher. Okay, and we have created this support here. Okay, that support is a higher low than last time, and therefore we are hoping to see us push to the upside in towards these wicks here, which will help guide and push that next move. Okay, the 2-hour on the side here not really showing anything different. Essentially what we want to see happen now is we want to see the market break this high. So ideally we don't want it to break this low, because this would mean that 1 out of our 3 things that we focus on here is has become invalid. Okay, just whilst I remember, I do want to show you that this trade is live on my account, so you can see there that I have got the trade on here. You can see the price, the market, GBPJPY, the price 210.47. You've got the lot size there as well. You've got the stop loss in place as well. And then you've also got the target that I've actually set there as well. Okay, so just proving that this position is live on my account. And we've gone through JPY basket, we've gone through GBP JPY. The only last thing we need to do is go through GBP futures. So again, what did I need from GBP futures? I needed reasoning and proof that potentially we are going to weaken, okay? And with the previous 4 hour or the current 4 hour candle, we have tried to break higher, failed, and we have broken the low. As we move to the left hand side on this 2 hour candle, we have the same thing. We've got the previous candle, tried to break higher, failed, and broke the low. So the next sort of move that we would potentially expect here is actually to see this market continue to break lower, and we have a lot of room to the downside as well. Okay, and because we've got a lot of room to the downside, that can then support our decision. The only thing that would change my mind or change the potential trajectory of this trade at the minute is if we broke this high, the 2 hour high and the 4 hour high. If we were to break that, that would potentially mean that the GBP buyers, the GBP bulls, are back in control, and therefore it might be difficult for us to reach the target on that trade. So now I'm fully aware of where I'm going to exit this trade if, for example, GBPJPY comes above this level, and then we have some sort of support from one of the other markets as well, such as JPY basket. If that changes direction, perhaps breaking these lows here, that would worry me and concern me. And also the GBP as well, if we were to break this high, that would worry and concern me. So until one of those markets goes out of alignment, right now everything is pointing to GJ continuing to push and being attracted into this 210 region. Okay, obviously we'll analyze it as we move along, and I'll do the video for a completion as well, so that you can see actually what the result of this trade was.